All right, welcome to another Super Craps 2 devlog, the first of 2024. I have been working on the game, as you can see. There's not much of a difference, but there has been some changes. And I figure I have enough of them now that I can make a video to go over them all. So what I'll do is, let me just get a dice roll going here. I'm pressing the space bar to roll the dice. And I can show off over here in the top right corner, we have our roll log. So this is to keep track of what's been rolled. Then going down, we have our table minimums. We can set our hardways minimums, our one rolls, our horn world, table minimum, and a inside and across. I got to do an outside one too. Our totem bets, and then you have this increment value. So this way this works now is that if, let's say, the table minimum is $15, what you can do is you can make your minimum bet, but then it'll increment in whatever you have in this value here. So next will be 20, 25, so on and so forth. To make bets, you left click. To remove bets, you can right click, or you can hold and it will remove the entire bet. Okay, moving on, we have our new dice cam here. So this is a view, two cameras follow the dice at all times, and they're always showing what is right above the dice. Now this is not perfect because if the dice get stuck on top of each other or underneath a ledge or something like that, it doesn't really catch them, but that's the intention of this, is to help kind of see what rolled. But you still have the roll log up here if this fails, so it's just a redundancy. I got some information about the game here, your beta, when the last build was. We have two clocks that have been added to it. The first is the real-time clock, and that starts from the time you start playing. And we have the new one called Casino Time Clock. So the Casino Clock is a unique clock that exists solely for the use of kind of getting an idea of how long it would actually take you to do a strategy in an actual casino. Because when you play on a simulator, you can roll the dice back to back to back, and there's nothing stopping you. Whereas in a real casino, people are going to get paid between each bet. People are going to be calling out bets and making new bets, putting in money, coloring up, all that kind of stuff's going to be happening, and that's going to cause a delay between each dice throw. So that's what this clock is, to kind of mimic that casino time, like how long it will actually take you to see the strategy through in a real casino, as opposed to the simulation where you can just skip all that stuff. All right, the next thing we have is our dice frequency counter down here. This is just keeping track of how many times different combinations have rolled throughout the game, so you can see if things are averaging out or not. It tends to be pretty accurate, but the dice can be really all over the place sometimes. Just depends on how the RNGs work in the simulation. And what else is there? Oh, the shooters. So I have this working now. So if we go to 3D view, you can't see this in the game, but this is just the scene view. So we're on our third shooter now. And so you can see these little pink dots represent where the dice are being thrown from on the table. So as the shooters change, you'll start here at shooter number 1, then it'll go to the 2, now it's on 3, 4, 5, and 6, and it should come around. Oh, I take it back, that's only on shooter number 2. So it'll loop around clockwise, counterclockwise, as you go through the different shooters, as you 7 out for each shooter there. So that's to kind of, again, mimic how a real casino would be. People are throwing from different locations, and the dice react differently based on how far away they're thrown from. Again, it's all about trying to recreate an accurate simulation of how the dice will be in a real casino. That's the only purpose of this simulator. So that's where I am now. I also have supercrapsdeuce.com set up, so I'm logged in. I have this working. You can see you can get your previous games, your strategies. There's going to be a community strategies page. Eventually, there'll be here a dashboard that kind of overviews your games and how well you've done over time. And so that's the intention of the website component to the actual app itself, which is here. So it's built out. The API on the back end's working. I just got to figure out if I want to use like an Excel view, which is probably what I'm going to do. There's a couple PHP Excel libraries that let you kind of sort and export directly to a CSV or Excel file pretty easily. So that's probably when I'm going to end up using that. And then I'll do a custom UI for the dashboard. And so that's where we are in February of 2024. So thanks for watching, and I'll be back with, hopefully I'm going to start making strategy videos soon once I get this actually finished. A couple things I got to add in is making the bets working or not working, and that'll be a hotkey that turns off your place bets and your hard way bets, or turns them on during the come out roll. So that's the next thing I'm going to work on. And then again, the website, just making the website more robust and building that out. So the simulator's done, except for that working thing. And otherwise, I'm ready to roll. So I'll be back with more updates hopefully soon. Thanks again for watching. And take care.